Welcome to Hidden Crime, the place where the shadows of human nature are uncovered and the untold mysteries of crime come alive. Every week, we take you deep into the cases that shake communities, puzzle investigators, and linger in the minds of those who dare to listen. These are not just stories. They are warnings, lessons, and truths hidden beneath the surface of everyday life. Tonight, prepare yourself for a journey lasting nearly 2 hours. We will peel back the layers of 3 chilling cases. Tales of betrayal, obsession, and justice delayed but not denied. This is Hidden Crime. Let's begin. Dark secrets, twisted motives, and crimes that shook entire communities. Tonight, on Genie Life Story, we step into the shadows of true crime. These are not tales of fiction. These are real events with real victims and real consequences. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome to a channel that doesn't just tell stories, but keeps their voices alive. If you've been here before, you know what's coming. 2 hours of suspense, unraveling mysteries, and the haunting truths that refuse to stay buried. This is Genie Life Story. Pause. Background tone fades in soft, eerie hum. Case 1. The Disappearance of Susan Powell. December 6, 2009. West Valley City, Utah. Snow is on the ground. A bitter cold grips the night. But inside one suburban home, a storm is brewing that no one will see coming. Susan Powell, 28 years old, a devoted mother too, disappears without a trace. Her husband, Josh Powell, offers a bizarre explanation. He took their 2 small children on a midnight camping trip in sub-zero temperatures. But Susan never returned. Pause for tension. Early life and marriage. Susan Cox Powell was the youngest of 4 daughters, raised in a close-knit family with strong values. By all accounts, she was intelligent, ambitious, and kind-hearted. At 19, she met Josh Powell, a tall, seemingly charming man with big dreams. They quickly fell in love, and in 2001, they were married. On the outside, it looked like a happy union. But inside the walls of their home, things were far different. Josh was controlling, financially reckless, and emotionally unstable. He often dictated Susan's life, what she could do, who she could talk to, how money was spent. Friends later remembered Susan confiding that she felt trapped, isolated, and worried about what her husband was capable of. By 2009, their marriage was cracking apart. Susan had 2 young sons, Charlie, age 4, and Braden, age 2, and she was determined to protect them, even as she began documenting her fears in private journals. One chilling line stood out. "If I die, it may not be an accident, even if it looks like one." The day of the disappearance. On Sunday, December 6, 2009, Susan attended church as usual. Later, she spent time at home with her family. That evening, she made a few phone calls, sounding tired but otherwise normal. The next morning, Susan didn't show up for work. She didn't answer her phone. She didn't pick up her children from daycare. Alarm bells went off almost immediately. When police arrived at the Powell home, they found it strangely empty. Susan's purse, ID, and cell phone were all there, items she would never leave behind. Even stranger, the living room couch was wet, with fans positioned to dry it. Josh Powell finally returned home later that day with his sons. His explanation stunned investigators. He claimed he had taken the boys on a spontaneous midnight camping trip in freezing weather. Midnight in December with toddlers. And Susan? Josh said she had stayed behind, and he had no idea where she was. Investigators dig deeper. Detectives were immediately suspicious. They searched the surrounding desert, but found nothing. Susan's co-workers and friends began sharing what she had told them, that she feared Josh, that their marriage was failing, that she felt unsafe. Attention soon shifted to Josh's father, Stephen Powell. Stephen harbored an unhealthy obsession with Susan, recording secret videos of her, collecting her underwear, and even writing about her in his journals. Police later discovered disturbing amounts of voyeuristic material in his home. Still, without Susan's body, prosecutors had little to charge Josh with. The collapse of family. Over the next 2 years, the case stagnated. Susan's family continued to push for answers, but Josh remained silent, offering no help to investigators. His behavior grew increasingly erratic. In 2011, Susan Powell, Josh's father, was arrested on charges of voyeurism and child pornography, exposing the twisted environment that had surrounded Susan. But the darkest chapter was still to come: the murder-suicide. On February 5, 2012, during a supervised visit with his sons, Josh Powell carried out a horrifying act. When a social worker brought Charlie and Braden to his home, Josh slammed the door, locking her outside. Moments later, the house exploded in flames. Inside, Josh had killed his children with a hatchet before setting the home ablaze. He died with them. The case that had begun as a mysterious disappearance ended in unimaginable tragedy. Reflection. The case of Susan Powell reminds us of the silent battles many endure behind closed doors. It reminds us that sometimes the greatest danger isn't lurking in the shadows outside. It's already inside the home, and though Susan's body has never been found, her story continues to echo, a warning and a plea for awareness. These were the stories hidden in plain sight. 3 cases that remind us of the fragility of trust, the danger of unchecked obsession, and the darkness that sometimes lurks in the people closest to us. Here at Hidden Crime, we uncover the secrets that many would rather keep buried. But only by looking into the shadows can we begin to understand the world around us and protect ourselves from the dangers we cannot see. If this story moved you, subscribe to Hidden Crime for more true crime stories every week. Share your thoughts in the comments. Which part of tonight's episode haunted you most? Until next time, stay alert, stay safe, and never forget, every crime leaves a hidden truth. This is Hidden Crime, signing off.